Welcome to the Benz Night Show. It is episode... Di naman ito episode eh. It's episode 12 mag-igsunan sa the Benz Night Show. Okay, kasi may nabutaan ang kuwan ha. 12 na, episode 12. Okay, so it is the 22nd of September 2020 and welcome mga balita worldwide atong pagkatanawon mag-igsunan, pero I hope you're okay there. I hope wa mo gipang COVID din ha. Sus, nakoy na nadunggan nga namatay na po COVID. Brother-in-law sa usa ka lawyer. Na COVID kay ba na mo kasi tawagon ninyo ha. You know what to do. Ay na mo do pa. Anyway, welcome. And atong headlines, just try to follow our headlines, and by the way, try to subscribe to our channels here. Okay. Ngari kita sa, by the way, welcome to everybody. Ito sang i-welcome ning atong mga friends sa naminaw na toron. Okay. Pasad na ko ma-change na po dang kuan. Ay ito. Sige lang. Masulod ka na sa post-production editing. Okay. Sige. Okay. Kita sa Facebook chat. Asan ba ito? Right, standby. Okay, night feed mix. Okay, sa mga chat na to, asa naman chat ani? Alright, so ato na mga chat magkaigsunan. Naguna to si Margaret Malinaw, si Mike Cabrera, si Oni Albarazin watching from Argao. Okay, si Margaret watching from Banawa. Okay, so I hope ready mo na. Okay, so So tana ngarita sa atong update sa ngarita sa update makaigsunan sa man ni Villages main page main sabot nga ng mga wa ni lisod din tulo ka butong program maglibog nga tag sa mga one production for that. Okay, Chrome sa sir balik sa dali and then uy ano naman ka yun ang di man koan why not here. Right, so Chrome okay, klaro na. Alright, so welcome to the update na to sa COVID-19. Kita niyo sa inyong screen makaigsunan the total cases karon is 31 million. Grabe yan eh. Marag 1 million every 2 days. 31,358,115 cases. And of course, times 10 ang estimated nga actual cases. So that should be around 313 million cases worldwide. That's worldwide. Hapit na 1 million. It's 965,575. In the US, cases 6,858 and deaths sa US is 199,890. Wala siya. Wala. This is cases by country and I hope you're watching this. The US 6.8 million, India 5.6 million, Brazil 4.6 million, Russia 1.1 million, Colombia 770,000, Peru 768,000, Mexico 700,000. Yeah, and Mexico 700,000. As usual, ang Philippines, I think, na nasa itong crawlers. Sa itong headlines na sa Philippines. Then, i-update na. Okay. So, nga rita sa atong favorite nga countries, asa pa to Singapore, na to Singapore. Hong Kong, Singapore 57,607 cases. Ang death sa Singapore, kuan na gyapon. 27 na gyapon. Wa ginamatay in the last 4 months sa Singapore. And then ang sa may rason niya kay dato Singapore di mamatyan. Kita storya. And South Korea 23,106 cases. Ang namatay sa South Korea 388. Unya Hong Kong, Singapore, South Korea, Japan. Sa Japan. Sa Japan. Here, where are you, Japan? Sa Japan. Sa man yung Japan eh. Japan should be around pila niya cases? 30? Taas ang Japan eh. Pero Japan, 79,000 cases, 388 deaths. No, 1,518 deaths in Japan. Okay. And then you have Taiwan, as usual, Taiwan. $509 cases, ang patay 7 lang yapon ang Taiwan. So we should learn from these countries kay kini mga nasura makaigsunan. Remember, these countries, they had no transportation lockdown, no economic lockdown, no human lockdown, and all the public transportation or the businesses were allowed to proceed except for the entertainment like mga bars and pubs, the how do you call this, the mga like Disneyland, no, the tourist attractions like Disneyland. But business still going on strong. Pilipinas sa gihatod karon naano tayo business alanganin ni kayo. Wa may public transportation. Ba kay mga tao na public transportation pugong. There's really something wrong with the Philippine one. Ano exchange rate na to karon makaigsunan? Tama niya. I hope dili kay paspas ang atong okay. And then try na to namo gani submarining kuan. Remember na submarining Johns Hopkins daily cases sa United States na sila, pero at least it will give us an idea sa Johns Hopkins data summary September 22nd, 2020. Additional 356 deaths today. Almost 20,000 na ang cases. Actually, 20,000 again. Texas, grabe yan akoag-increase. California, Florida, Michigan, ug Illinois. Worldwide, India 75,000 in one day. Okay. So, siya magkaisan ang kuwan ito. Updates na to sa, and of course ang Philippines ano tayo DOH new cases, total cases so far cumulative 290,190. Deaths sa Philippines 4,999. So sana lang parang 5,000 taas na. You can see the chart sa daily cases. Nag-anam siya ka dako. Siya ka dako. Top regions in CR and Region 7, Central Visayas, 1,055 cases. Okay. So, Grabe na ha. Where are you? Sa inyong mga chat, si Mercy Olivio, naminaw na turon, si Delia Pardilio, Felipe Siduripa, watching from Minglanilla, Alvin Rojas, kaulanon nga gabi ikan sa Santa Cruz, Manila. Uy, Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz. Di ba? Doon na sa kuan? Doon sa Quiapo, Santa Cruz, Binondo, ana. Josephine Marchuela, ang gabi Terry Hereda from Tisa, Felipe Miñosa from Talamban, Doris Maturan from Cordova, Ana Baclayon Bungkaras, si Francisco Pilago sa Buhisan, Wilson Herrera, naminaw ko na ito taro. Okay. Okay. So, magkontas updates na to worldwide sa COVID news. Ano bang news nga? Nakinahanglag pila ka Boeing jets to deliver the vaccine. Makinahanglag pila ka storage warehouses para mag-deliver sa vaccine. Yung mga styrofoam, mga refrigerated vans. All for that vaccine. Nga rin mo secure. Ang vaccine, di ba na? Kung anong makakure siya. Nga rin mo sa kung ano eh. Nga rin mo sa cure. Yeah. Mga na pa mo sa cure sa COVID. Ay na mo mga tana. Okay. Ay na mo mga tana. Sa cure sa COVID. Okay. Ang problema ng CDC nga itong news karon, ni-acknowledge sila that ka-sprint airborne. Ano itong crawlers karon. A few hours later, gitang-tang sa CDC. Kisa may nagpatang-tang ato yung nagpa-kuhan ba sila sa putining CDC mo rin nagpadama ni sila sa kuhan. Nagpadama ni sila sa murag kining CDC ba nagpadas politika. Ito sa mga corona updates sa mga kaigsunan. Corona ba itong background? Ito. Ayaw, pang audio klaro na or murag layo gyapon paminawon. Angay ba ko magpaduol sa microphone? Punta gamay sa microphone mi. Okay, niya atong now, okay na ba? Okay, latest news mga kaigsunan. Na, ano na ron? Ang mga doctors ko noon, nahadlok sila nga there will be a very apocalyptic fall. That means the fall season. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. The CDC retracts info on how COVID-19 spreads. Naunsa naman tao ng CDC. Kauwa naman sila. Samtang ang kadaghan nga mga US states, daghang cases are now heading in the wrong direction of the coronavirus. That means nagkagrapi. Ang Centers for Disease Control Prevention may retract sa ilang information about how the virus spreads. In fact, man itong crawler karon. Ang United States is on the brink of 200, o sana lang kuwang para ma 200,000, mas Pilipinas, o sana lang kuwang. Brink of 200,000, o sana lang kuwang, taan to. Yan, Johns Hopkins, US. Kuan di ay Mga 110 like ko. 110 deaths. Grabe yan. Umabot ng 200,000. Ang Pilipinas, usan like ko, mga 5,000. This is dangerous. So, ang United States, padung na 20,000, ang number of new cases rising sa 28 kabuok ng mga state nagsaka. According sa Johns Hopkins, maybe we're in kuno for an apocalyptic fall. I'm sorry to say, matud pa ni Dr. Peter Hotez, din sa National School of Tropical Medicine sa Baylor College of Medicine. And it's happening because we're forcing schools to reopen in areas of high transmission. We're forcing colleges to reopen, and we don't have the leadership nationally telling people to wear masks and to social distance and do all the things we need to do. Ang ila kong presidente may problema gani. Si Dr. Jean Maracho, Director of the Division of Infectious Diseases at the University of Alabama, ingon nga she says that this fall could be apocalyptic tungod sa recent spikes. Manitanawan mo sa US nagsaka. Ubos niya ang saka. One is that there is general fatigue. Kapoy ng mga tao. People are really tired of this. And then the second thing is the completely contradictory messages that we're getting. Not just the misinformation, but also the confusion about how things are spread. Ano problema diyan? How things are spread. There's a confusion. Now, gisite karon ang recent update sa CDC website. And ingon that you can get COVID-19 by just inhaling tiny particles from an infected person's breath that linger on or travel in the air. Ginagay ko na example na kunyo nga nasa elevator. There is growing evidence that droplets and airborne particles can remain suspended in the air and be breathed in by others, and it can travel distances beyond 6 feet. Kay, paano naman siya? Aerosols naman. Manigingon sa CDC website in an update last Friday. Now, in general, indoor environments without good ventilation increases this risk. So many doctors have known that for months, and hence their pleas for the public to wear masks. The updated guidance would have been fine if it came out last May. Sa Mayo pa ito kung nagpagawas. Kano mga guidance. We knew all of these things months ago. Now, but kaganina mga kaigsunan, kaninang the CDC's update was removed. Sana niron. In fact, the fact that they retracted this, even though this is common scientific knowledge at this point, one has to wonder what's behind it. But matud pa ni Dr. Lina Wen, was there political pressure, political interference that's driving this rather than science? The removal was not the result of political pressure, according to a federal official familiar with the situation. This was totally the CDC's doing. It was posted by mistake. It wasn't ready to be posted. Saan matawag po eh? Posted by mistake, not ready to be posted. The official said the guideline change was published without first being thoroughly reviewed by the CDC experts. Kano sa mo review, sir? Dapat sa Mayo pa mo nag-review na. Positive events, siya nag-ingon nga airborne. Now, the official added that the guidance is being revised ko na. pero wa musulti kano sa ang revision that we posted sa CDC's website. But ang heads sa CDC o sa FDA, remember, were all appointed by President Trump. And what Trump said, he gives himself an A+ on his handling of the pandemic. He has always said he wanted to always play it down. So, sa rin gipangutana ang CDC, ngano ang CDC niretract sa iyang update sa aerosolized spread. Ang spokesman sa CDC mo, it was posted in error. A draft version of proposed changes to these recommendations was posted in error to the agency's official website. Di, pataka. Posted in error ko taon. Mo post na ka din ha, o kuanda ka, webmaster ka. Mo post na ka din nagdili na officially gihatag mo. Post na. Nanay gihatag, dili ngong kuha na niyang draft dito. Imposible mo gulagod. Official ko na. Official government ko. Website. Di na magpataka-taka ng webmaster din nag-post o butang din na ilang technician. Post o butang din na ngawan na. When asked why the CDC retracted its updated aerosolized spread, yung error ko no. Sa ito pa, gikuha to sa webmaster. Sa computer sa usakang kuan. Imposible na. Naginingon na nga, i-post na. Sa United States, magkaigsunan, mga 28 ka states had more new cases this week and the past week compared to the previous week. 16 states are holding steady and only 6 states are showing declines in new cases. Delaware, Hawaii, Louisiana, Michigan, South Carolina, and Vermont. 6 states showing declines. The World Health Organization has advised governments that it must maintain a test positivity rates at or below 5% for at least 2 weeks before businesses reopen. As of Tuesday, karon adlaw, 27 states and Puerto Rico had test positivity rates higher than 5%. On the other end of the spectrum, 5 states have tested positivity rates below 1%. Ang Maine, ang Vermont, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and New York State. Now, unsa may nitabo aning paggukod sa vaccine? Ningingon si Dr. Robert Redfield, ako bagay tao mo Santa Claus. Man siya director sa CDC. Dili sa FDA, CDC. Ningingon siya nga ang vaccine may be available to most Americans in the mid-2021, next year pa. Pero, Chief Advisor sa Operation Warp Speed nga may gingan sa mga tao ni Trump sa ilang pag-speed up sa vaccine. Ang Chief Advisor, ningingon, we're pretty close to having a vaccine for COVID-19. Operation Warp Speed is the federal government's effort to speed development of drugs, vaccines, and other measures that fight the coronavirus pandemic. At least 3 vaccines are in phase 3 clinical trials in the US. So, matid pa ni Monsef Slowly na maoy Chief Advisor sa Operation Warp Speed, it's possible vaccine efficacy could be determined between October and January. The longer we wait, the more likely. If approval or authorization is granted by this November or December, we may be able, for instance, to immunize the most susceptible populations in the US by December of 2020. Karong December. Most of the elderly population, first-line workers, in January of 2021, next year, and the rest of the US population progressively in the month of February, March, and April. May target sa Operation Warp Speed, pero Operation Warp Speed di sila may nabuhat sa vaccine. Government ko na sila sa okay. Ito din dito okay, sa inyong mga text niya, si Charito Sopino na minaturon o si Alma Alensog. So ipa-shoutout na ninyong mga family members niya, ipa-greet na yung mga family members niya. Okay, sus kuyaw na ano ba mga istorya habitaw nga vaksin, kanus agi ng vaksin, paita. Oops. Okay. Saan naman yung kuwan Osaka, North Carolina, United States. Married couple, together for over 50 years, died minutes apart of COVID-19 while holding hands. So namatay sila minutes apart. So kuya gining COVID ay paita. Ba nag-asawa namatay. Saon man nato. Lisod gid ning COVID. So kung na mo inibawaan nga cure for COVID kay ba na mo kasa mo padong ha. Kinahanglan maka kuan man na. By the way, okay ba tong audio? Okay. Ibog ta usahay ni atong kuan. Right. Karon okay. So, yun. Nag-asawa niya. Katapong news last week makigsunan nga parents sa spokesman sa PGH namatay sa COVID. Ang doktor mismo nga spokesman nag-COVID sa siya but he survived. Lisod ni. Sus, noon sa naman ni ron. Sa China, Osaka tycoon, billionaire sa China who criticized Xi Jinping ang iyang handling sa coronavirus, gipriso for 18 years. Mo na ko sa China ron. Gusto kay tang mo idolize ka ta sa China. Kita. Pagitan eh. Si Edward Snowden magkaigsunan agrees to give up more than $5 million. Yeah, Edward Snowden. The former CIA contractor who leaked intelligence secrets in 2013 has agreed to forfeit more than $5 million he earned from his book and speaking fees to the US government. The Snowden published his book, Permanent Record, last year without government approval, in violation of contracts he signed with the CIA and the National Security Agency. So the federal judge had sided with the Justice Department in its lawsuit to claw back balik Snowden's proceeds and was considering how much he would need to pay. The judge has not yet approved the forfeiture plan. Snowden nga nagpuyo na ron sa Russia, naka-earn og $4.2 million from his book sales, royalties, and related rights as of this month. He gave 56-page speeches that included disclosures that breached his government secrecy agreements according to court filings. In all, Snowden made about $1 million from speeches with an average speaking fee of $18,000. Yeah. Bright ka to Snowden pag nakita mo si documentary or movie about him, Snowden. Ang uban 3 hours ang i-allot siya na solve niya in just 40 minutes sa entrance exam na application exam na sa NSA. FBI. Mana sa kataykon karon makaigsunan o criticize Xi Jinping di preso for 18 years. Ang internal AstraZeneca safety report sheds light on neurological conditions suffered by vaccine trial participants. Among report nagdetail giunsa sa usa ka study volunteer katong nag-volunteer siya, a previously healthy 37-year-old woman experienced confirmed transverse myelitis after receiving her second dose of the vaccine and hospitalized September 5. Ano problema sa nang volunteer kas vaccine 4 days later, ang AstraZeneca, mo ni ang katong Oxford vaccine. AstraZeneca dismissed media reports about the participant having a confirmed case of the rare neurological condition in which the spinal cord becomes inflamed. The document, which is labeled an initial report, nag-describe giunsa sa mga participants na siya had trouble walking, na siya weakness and pain in the arms and other symptoms. The internal safety report is dated September 10, and on September 11, it was sent out to doctors who are running the study's clinical sites. Last week, ang AstraZeneca nag-announce na ang study, ang volunteer sa mong study, unexplained illness niya, and said it was voluntarily gihunong niya ang trial worldwide. On Saturday, ang trial sa United Kingdom resumed. The trial has not yet resumed in the US. Samtang nagtanaw ang kalibutan magkaigsunan sa development process of a number of vaccines, hoping for an end sa deadly nga pandemic, Some scientists mingon nga ang AstraZeneca's communications about the patient's condition have not been fully transparent. Napaita. Unya, ikaw minom ka na, binyang ka-develop kag myelitis, transverse myelitis. Permanent na. So, vaccine? Unsure. Cure? Okay, what to? Humanity is the hope for humanity. A company spokesperson said, as the trial is sponsored, they cannot disclose medical information. In a press release last week, ang AstraZeneca mingon that you are committed to the safety of our participants and the high standards of conduct in our trials. Yung sa amin aron. Ano, siya sakit ron. Just a matter of time kuno before trial resumes in the US. 14 days after receiving her second dose of vaccine, the woman who lives in the UK experienced confirmed transverse myelitis with symptoms including trouble walking and pain and weakness. And researchers were sufficiently concerned that they filed a SUSAR or suspected or unexpected serious adverse reaction report. Samtang pagkauman sa conditions among patient, gi-review by the safety experts, the trial resumed in the UK and in Brazil. So Dr. Anthony Fauci, director sa National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease sa National Institute of Health sa United States, niingon that it's just a matter of time before the trial resumes in the US. He added that he considered the participants' illness as a one-off at this point, and that it would be unusual to completely stop a trial on the basis of a single adverse event. Mana ha? Remember this. Kapila konsulti na, may I look for the scientific principle, the scientific formula, the scientific law. Sila tanaw na statistics. One-off. Ako di ko tanaw na one-off. Ako tanaw unsay cause and effect ana. Because if it happened to one person, it could happen to another person. Why? Because there's a scientific principle involved, scientific formula involved. Di ba? Correct? A scientific formula involved. So the doctors leading trial sites in the US will be told to look out for similar symptoms. The case narrative nga naa sa AstraZeneca's report, nagingon nga ang patient had the first dose of the coronavirus in early June. Fine siya. She received her second dose in late August. On September 2, that means 1 week lang ha, while running, the volunteer had a trip or a fall with a jolt and notes that she did not have any obvious injury to her cervical spine. The next day, she had symptoms including difficulty of walking, pain and weakness in her arms, pain and reduced sensation in her torso, a headache, and reduced ability to use her hands. So, it's possible nga tungod ni kay na dagma siya, pero hindi ka mga nagpadagma ko eh. No? The report was sent to physicians who are leading the study sites for the AstraZeneca vaccine. The cover sheet on the report sent by a contractor hired by AstraZeneca described her illness as confirmed transverse myelitis. Dili suggested confirmed yun. The contractor requested the doctors, if required, submit report of their to their institutional review board or their local ethics committee. Ay, narin na mo si humanity eh. Test na. Diretso, bangon mga pasyente. Hindi na binuang ha. It's not joke. In fact, sige lang din na sa unyan lang kong storya kay sa ka famous person. Text na ko ron ang iyang wife nga magpabuhat sila og humanity ethics additional. Buhatan ako sila og deliver sa hapon. Kaya nga naman, nagawa sa ilang laboratory results after the immersion loading. Forward na ko ang laboratory results. Of course, di pa na ko siya mabasa kaya nasa cellphone niya. Imo gina i-print out to compare the results before and after. Pero di na mo order additional, di na magpabuhat og additional nga bottles kung negative ang result. Kung disadvantageous ang results, di ba? So, ni-improve ito. Anyway, salamat sa pag-uban ka na kung magkaigsunan. There is the JT Benz night show. Pa. Asa mo ni forward. Loud and clear ako ng audio. Matod pa ni Hana Bungkaras. Belinda Vintoy listening from San Remo, Cebu. Okay rang audio. Felipe Sidorifa. Yes, okay ra ang audio. Anyway, paano tayo magkaigsunan? Thank you and good night. Bugnaw pero kagabion anira. Ni hapon pa ko sa larang. Akong giluto kaganina. And then night mix. Okay. Asa man ka? Okay, so I hope you like our one. Gikan ni Nieves Cadets. Uy, Nieves, partner ni ka. Loud and clear sa Singapore. O si Delia Jersalina Padillo. By the way, akong suggestion ninyo, ako rin yung personal suggestion ha. Ngari mo sa YouTube. Ngari mo link sa YouTube, magpa-notify. Kaya ang sa YouTube, makuan magod niya, may pagka-organize ang YouTube ka sa Facebook. Wala maglibo mong asay magong episode sa next episode. Ngari mo sa Facebook, ay dili sa YouTube mo mag-watch. mas personal na ako. I don't know kung sa monetization effect na, pero mas ganahan ko dito sa Facebook. I always watch Sibya TV nga ko sa Facebook matanaw. Facebook naman. Ngari ko sa YouTube, not Facebook. So if you can watch Sibya TV, para namoy notification, ngari mo sa YouTube. And sa YouTube, namoy na miss, namoy na latangan, you want to go back, makita nyo sa YouTube. Madali ra ang organization, ang cataloging sa video sa YouTube. So, I suggest nga mo sa YouTube mag-view. Nga to sa mong comment dito sa YouTube. Yan mura man Facebook ni tanan ninyo. Mana maglibog mo na sa like, sa di-like, sumpay, di sumpay. Nga to sa YouTube, may problema. And personally, nga ko sa YouTube, mas mayong quality sa YouTube, and I can review a previous episode sa YouTube niya. I can make a playlist sa YouTube nga all episodes only of the Gentleman's Night Show. Pwede nang bata sa Facebook na pero lisod kayo sa Facebook. I myself naglisod ko sa Facebook magkaya magtanaw sa ko Facebook. Okay, alright, so thank you and good night. Kini si JT Benz ang atong episode 12 sa The JT Benz Night Show. Thank you for being with me and see you tomorrow night.